Konnichiwa, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How are you doing? Are you good? I hope you're Genki. Yes, it's time for another Star Trek, the original series, episode deep dive, possibly. Today we're going to do the Squire of Gothos, and I'm joined by my friend, who's been all the way to Japan as well, my fellow Japanophile, Nerdporeal Lifeform. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me on. Thanks for doing this.
It's good to be here again. It's very soon, isn't it, after the last one?
Yeah, because a certain show that's currently on decided to bring not just the last episode's character back, but they brought Trelane back. So I'm pissed, and I want to talk about this classic.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you got me to watch this, because I think this is the first time I've seen it. I don't remember it at all. Squire of Gothos, it says, according to Wiki, it's the 17th episode of the first season, written by Paul Schneider, directed by Don McDougall. It first aired in January 1967. So, let's have a look. There's a cool guest star in this, William Campbell, who plays Trelane, Nerdporeal.
That's correct.
Is he a precursor to Q?
So that's a good question. I personally don't think so. I know Peter David wrote the book Q Squared. You know about it as well.
Oh, Peter David, nice. Yeah, cheers to him.
Yeah, cheers. Rest in peace. I personally think Trelane and his parents were lower beings. They were also incorporeal beings like the Q, but I think when it comes to the hierarchy of incorporeal beings, and there's a lot of them in the Star Trek universe, I personally think the Q are the highest. And I think Trelane's family is lower. I mean, they're higher than other incorporeal beings, like, the caretaker from Voyager, from the pilot.
Oh yeah.
Or Kevin Uxbridge, I think was his name, from I forget this TNG episode, season 3. That was one where the old man, they find the elderly people on the planet, and the old man was actually, an incorporeal being that, destroyed a race and didn't really they find out about it. He was trying to cover it up or something, and tried to, make amends. But there's a lot of incorporeal beings, because they really like to reuse that idea. But I think the Q are the highest. The only thing that would be higher than Q would be, God himself.
Oh wow.
And not the God from Star Trek 5. That wasn't God. That was just some jerk off trash incorporeal being that just wanted to get the hell out of the center of the galaxy.
Good to see you, William. Good to see you, man. Okay.
Bye.
Quick look here. It's a very, very brief synopsis. In this episode, the childish but powerful ruler of the planet Gothos captures the crew of the Enterprise for his own amusement. But he's very childish throughout, isn't he? And that was kind of a bit of a clue as to what this was all about. He acts like just like a boy playing with his toys.
He's like, I cannot tell you how it delights me having visitors from the very planet that I've made my hobby. Yes, I've been looking forward to the doings of your lively little Earth. There's so much I like to learn about you. Your feelings about war, killing, the conquest, that thing. You're one of the few predator species that preys even on itself. And then, of course, Kirk is like, we only do battle when we have no choice. And I like how Trelane, I didn't pick this up, but Trelane said, like, that's the official story. Yeah. So, I thought that was funny. I wanted to read the TV Guide's press release here. So
okay, good to see you, Dwayne. Yeah, let's do it, Nerdporeal. Take it away.
All right, from TV Guide, January 7th, 1967. The Enterprise crew becomes playthings in the hands of Trelane, a powerful being who is using his human visitors as toys. Kirk, who Trelane sees as a leader among predators, must barter for the release of his ship and crew. The price, his own life. The Squire of Gothos presents a study of human behavior through the eyes of a self-gratifying narcissistic alien child. The writer later acknowledged that this was a subtle anti-war story, mocking prejudice, aggressiveness, territorialism, and violence by seeing these negative human human characteristics mimicked by an immature boy wanting to play soldier. Yeah, I mean, they do touch upon the anti-war, aggressiveness, anti-territorialism, all that stuff. But it was just it's a kid playing war. It's a little boy outside, because his parents kicked him. I mean, he's basically an incorporeal. I mean, this is the '60s. Incorporeal being that got kicked out of the house, so he's playing with his own. He's left to his own devices. This time in the galaxy, so he has his own planet, and he finds these little creatures to play with, and these little creatures that he captures, kind of like a kid capturing like an animal or something like that.
Yeah,
playing with them and doing mean stuff with him. So,
Brian, I want to comment on this. This is the first photo. I've never seen them being served tea before. It's so cool on the deck. The Starship Enterprise.
Wait, that's tea? I thought that was coffee.
I think so.
I always thought it was coffee, but I saw this episode when I was a kid. I didn't buy the tape. I recorded this on TV. I had a VHS. Nice. I was up. This was midnight on Saturday/Sunday morning. And I was up, and I what I always do was, and I probably told you this before. My folks did not like me staying up late when I was 12, especially on a Saturday night. So I had to be really sneaky. I had to sneak out of my room, sneak out, tiptoe to the front of the front room of the house. And then we had one of those sliding doors, so I slid it really slowly so that I wouldn't make any sound. And then I turn on the TV, turn it all the way down, and then of course I'd press the VHS, I put the blank VHS tape in there, and I would record it. And of course I would always pause it for commercials because I don't want to tape over commercials and all that stuff. But yeah, because I was watching this. I was having a real blast watching this one because the way this episode opens.
By your mum and dad when you were doing that.
Yeah, I did.
What are you doing up at this time?
Yeah, it wasn't this episode though. It was which one was it? I think it was I forget which episode it was. I don't know.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. Good to see Nichelle Nichols, of course, Uhura's in this. We get a very brief glimpse of Scotty, Bones, and Sulu. They're all in it, aren't they, together? It's quite cool.
Yeah. Very
briefly, though.
Yeah, they weren't happy with the fact that Scotty was in the episode because his pay was like $800 an episode, and $800. This was $800 in 1966. So that equates to like $6,000 now, which is God. over 2 months' pay for a standard wage and all.
Why was he so pricey? Did he have a?
Because he's a TV star, I guess. Okay. He negotiated. McCoy got paid more. Spock and Kirk got paid even more than that. So, yeah. One thing I wish that the show did more. And bring more characters back are these two right here. You have Jaeger, the blue, the scientist in the blue, the geologist, the German geologist, and then you have Lieutenant DeSalle to the left. DeSalle makes 2 more appearances in the show, but I really wish they would have developed these characters more and bring them back for further stories.
Yeah, personally. Yeah, they're good. I like them. They're both solid characters.
It was the one. It was the one time a guest crew member, him led the. He's like the only character other than like Scotty and Sulu and Kirk and Spock to lead a landing party. They didn't call them away missions yet, so but to lead a land party. And he was also command in his final appearance. The first time it was the first episode that features Chekhov, which is the season 2 episode Cat's Paw.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, this episode was
greetings,
wild,
and felicitations.
Well, yeah, you remember, but I remember how this episode leads into the credits. They're in a desert. They're in a space desert, so they're like they've been there before. They've mapped it out. There's nothing in there, no planets, no stars, no phenomena, no nothing. All of a sudden, this planet just pops up out of nowhere. This planet pops out of nowhere, and they're like, "What the hell is this? We've never seen this before. We've never recorded this. What the hell's going on?" Then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're gonna go around this planet so we can deliver those supplies. And then all of a sudden Sulu's trying to change course, and then he just vanishes, and you hear that horn sound, because they always use a horn sound when characters just vanish out of the blue. And then Kirk's like, what the hell? And then he disappears, and they're like, Mr. Spock, they're gone. He's like, oh, emergency, reverse power. And then of course it leads to the credits. I'm like, whoa, this is going to be a good episode. This is already crazy. And so they're trying to figure out where they are right now. That's what's going on here.
You get this weird message on the view screen, or one of the, it's so funny. This, I love the old like classic typeface to it, the font.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the only thing Trelane knows, because he's looking upon Earth, but with time dilation, so he's looking at Earth 900 years in the past.
Yeah.
So in this case, like the 13th century. So this is or the 14th century.
So you were talking about the way team, they beam down, and it's Doc, isn't it? It's Bones is the only like main character there, with the two side characters.
Yeah, McCoy's just kind of like there because he's McCoy, and they always need like a medical person down there. So he's even though he's not really leading the away mission, it's actually DeSalle to the right.
I'm a doctor, Jim.
Initially, they were going to use those same outfits that they used in the Naked Time. Remember the orange outfit?
Yeah.
And at this point, they were like, "Fuck it." They're like, "No." They're like, "No." Those even the production team hated those costumes. They're like, "We're never using those again." So they decided to go with oxygen masks. So you can here they're using oxygen masks.
Look quite cool. Pretty good. Yeah.
So this plant is supposed to be this Gothos plant is supposed to be like insanely volcanic, very disruptive. But all of a sudden, there's oxygen, nitrogen. There's a little area that's oxygen, nitrogen friendly, so they can beam down. Wow, that's very convenient for the budget for the episode's budget.
Yeah. Looking good, boys. Good to see you, Jana. How you doing?
Jana?
Nice one.
So they find this castle, and you hear the dun 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 dun. Yeah, they had to play that theme from Shore Leave when the night appears. We haven't covered Shore Leave yet. We'll have to do that pretty soon.
No, we haven't. Okay, it's pretty cool. I love this set. It looks very, I don't know, it's very quaint.
So they also modeled Trelane after the character from the you're familiar with The Most Dangerous Game? The short story, The Most Dangerous Game.
No,
that's one where a guy ends up on an island, and the owner of the island's like, you know what, I like to hunt, but you know what I want to hunt? You. And then he starts hunting the guy. So he starts hunting the guy. So kind of like how the episode ends. Like, we're going to adapt The Most Dangerous Game. So not only does you have the end of the episode where Trelane is hunting, playing hide and seek / hunting Kirk, trying to kill him with the sword. But you saw, I don't know if you noticed, but the costume or the outfit from the Man Trap, the M13 creature, the salt vampire, that was displayed as a trophy for Trelane.
Okay, I didn't notice it. No.
Yeah, so look, he's got like all this type of artwork. He's got a harpsichord. He's got this mirror. I think is that Julius Caesar.
He's got these weird medals on his chest, which is strange. It's not from the 13th or 14th century. And he freezes one of the guys, doesn't he? Here, it's great.
He's like, "Is that a weapon? Oh, do let me see it." And then he starts shooting things where everyone's like, he's like, "This won't kill, and this will."
Changes the setting to kill, yeah, because it's on stun, isn't it? At the beginning, they talk about that. It's like,
and then Kirk's like, "What are you gonna do? Are us next? Are we gonna be your victims?" He's like, "Oh no! I'm just having a little fun." But apparently you need another little demonstration of my authority, and then you can show the next thing. So he does every time he uses his power, he does this. And then Kirk vanishes, and now he's in the inhospitable part of the atmosphere, and so he can't breathe. He's suffocating, and yeah.
Damn it, Gray! I'm a doctor, not a magician.
Now you are a magician, Jana. Jana.
Little St. Kirk. Thanks, Nos. William Campbell plays a Klingon in The Trouble with Tribbles. I didn't know that.
My dear Captain Koloth, yeah. Not only was he in trouble with Tribbles, he was in an episode of Deep Space Nine where he reprised that same character.
So temporarily we go back to the Enterprise, don't we? And we've got Spock. What is he using here? Is that meant to be like a pencil or something? Or
yeah, that's it's a stylus. It's like this. It's like this is my my Nintendo Switch stylus. It's basically a stylus.
Okay. Stylus.
And, yeah, it's a stylus, and that's supposed to be a pad. So he's writing. He's writing. It's a touchscreen basically. He's writing on this little touchscreen. You know. He's filling in the data, the science forms, the science reports that he has to do.
I like the way Scott is leaning on the side there, looking very relaxed.
Yeah,
Scott.
So he's only in this scene and the scene before this, and then he's gone for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
But here they're basically establishing the fact that there's some sort of energy field that's not allowing them that's blocking their sensors, so they can't find where the crew is. So they're trying to recalibrate it to the point where they can just beam whatever is considered alive, or whatever is considered a life form aboard, any type of life form whatsoever. And so that's how they get away basically initially. But can you get away from a super being like Trelane?
No.
No.
Jade is saying her dad's DNA test came back 98% Middle Eastern and 2% unknown. She suspects Vulcan.
Maybe Romulan. Maybe Ferengi or Klingon.
Oh my god. So they managed to beam down more, don't they? More members. You got Bones and Sulu were there suddenly.
Yeah. So Sulu and Kirk were captured, and then those three came in. They found Kirk. So initially, Kirk and Sulu were frozen waxworks figures, and initially they were gonna build a mold of both of them, and they're gonna build a mold of both of them and have them be like statues. But they're like, you know what? That's too much money. Let's just have the actors stand still. Let's put a green gel on the light to give this green light to make them look like they're dead or unalive, and then that'll be it. So they stood still, but when you look closely, they're having a hard time standing still.
They're moving. Yeah, it's so obvious. It's really funny.
Yeah. But yeah, he's getting to know, he says, "Oh, Desal," and he starts speaking Desal, and he starts speaking French. He's like, I admire Viva Napoleon. I admire Napoleon very much. Even though it's supposed to be 900 years, the show kind of already contradicts. So somehow he knows about Napoleon. And then he does the German thing. He's like, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Where's the German? Oh, an Officer Jäger, der Deutschsoldat 9. Ein, zwei, drei, ver, Ninnekever, Nischishkeber, or something like that. He's like, and the guy, and Jaeger's like, I'm a scientist, I'm a geologist, I'm not a soldier. He's like, oh, come on, tish tosh, we're all soldiers deep down, we're all fighters deep down, and all that. So, and then Kirk's just like pissing Trelane off. He's like, what? He's like, hey, we're getting a transporter signal. Transporter signal? What does that mean? It means that this party is over, thanks to Mr. Spock. And Trelane's like, hey, I didn't dismiss you yet. I won't have this. You can't leave.
So Spock, he manages to locate them, thankfully, and he beams them all up apart from Trelane back to the ship, looking good.
And then, of course, Trelane pulls the cue and just pops in out of nowhere.
Da-da. Condition alert in the background. It's quite cool.
Where are all your weapons, Captain? Don't you display your weapons? He's like, I'm mad at you, Kirk, but Mr. Spock, the one that was responsible for taking you from me, which is he? I am Spock. Oh, surely not an officer. He's like, you sound most challenging. Is that what you're doing, challenging me? No. Oh yeah, I object to you. I object to you. I object to intellect without reason.
Reason.
Um,
I'm a geologist, not a soldier. Damn it.
what else does he say? I object to intellect without reason. I object to power without constructive purpose. Why, Mr. Spock, you do have a saving grace after all. You're ill-mannered. The human half of you, no doubt. That was a good response.
I love the way when Trelane sees the female officers on the deck, he's like, "Oh, Captain, you never told me you had some."
He's like, "We got 400 men and women. Are you saying you have members of the fair sex
like me on a
among
night
your
out
crew?
in a bar? Like, oh, women? Did somebody say women? Oh my god!
And so that was originally supposed to be Yeoman Rand. Oh man, look at her. I mean, I'll say this: they knew how to, they knew how to cast their actresses. All the actresses in Star Trek are beautiful. They're beautiful. They're hot.
They are. They always look great.
Like last time, Sherry Jackson, the casting director was in love with her, or the casting director was head over heels. So.
Good to see you, Malik. He's here again. He watched this episode not too long ago. Pretty good. Yeah, I liked it.
Cool. Almost done. Are you? Did you get to Errand of Mercy or the City on the Edge of Forever? We'll find out.
We've already covered that, haven't we? Well, City on the Edge of Forever, fantastic.
Yeah,
one of the most famous.
Yes. We still have, I think we still have like 17 episodes of season 1 to cover, or we still have like 20 episodes of season 1 to cover. So, okay, maybe a little bit less, but yeah. So here they're trying to figure out like, who is this madman? And McCoy's like, well, you should see what he's providing. Like he says straw tastes better than his meat, and water tastes 1,000 times better than his wine. Nothing has any taste at all, and like the flame and the fire in the fireplace, there is nothing. It's generating no heat.
There's no smoke, no heat. Yeah, exactly. I like the way Spock's checking out his brandy here. It's like, where's mine?
Oh, there was a moment. So every time I like try something, like if I try something for the first time that's considered naughty or something, I always think there's an episode of Star Trek called there was episode Requiem for Methuselah. It was like one of the last episodes of the show. It was in season 3, and there was an episode like I guess Spock never really drinks because it's illogical, I guess. And Kirk and McCoy are drinking brandy, and McCoy's like, "Well, we know you're not going to have any," and Spock's like, "Yeah, I'll have a brandy," and then McCoy's like, "Can we are you sure we can handle a drunk Vulcan? I mean, once alcohol hits those, mathematically perfect brain waves."
I wonder how.
I always think of that moment. I was like, it's okay to try something. So,
what do you think of the scene where he changes? Forgetting the name off my head.
The costume department really wanted to use that dress.
Yeoman Teresa Ross, that's it, Teresa.
Yeah, so so this was like her first time ever on TV. So this was her first time acting, and this was originally supposed to be Yeoman Rand's role. That's why Kirk gets jealous, or Kirk plays the jealous boyfriend, to get him riled up and everything. So yeah. It was So Uhura, I'm not sure if she was actually playing the harpsichord, but she's like, I can't play this. It's like, of course you can. And then then she starts playing it because he's an incorporeal being that can do almost anything. So
Malik's saying big fan of This Side of Paradise, seeing Spock all love crazy.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. That was one of the last ones I recorded on TV. Watching that, I like that one quite a bit. You get a really brief Kirk and Spock fight in that one.
I've got vague memories of seeing that when I was a kid because I was so surprised to see Spock, so out of character. It was like, what's going on? I didn't understand.
That's the one with the spores. That's the one where they go to the planet and everyone's acting like hippies and high and all that.
Yes, I remember it.
Yeah, and you find out it's because of this flower that just came from this space flower. So they remember, like the space flower just like shoots shit in people's faces when they when they come near. In this case, it was the spores, and the spores makes you like a hippie. Just you do nothing. You're immune to the theta rays or the Berthold rays, whatever, from the sun that are deadly. But you don't do anything. You don't build anything. You just hang out and be happy forever. So, yeah. But that's an episode for a later date. So.
I use this photo on the thumbnail, Nerdporeal. Venita Wolf, or Venetia, however you pronounce her name. She was a look, wasn't she?
She was on Playboy. She was on the cover of Playboy in 1967.
My goodness.
So, yeah. So she made it there, and then she married somebody, some rich dude, and she didn't have to ever work again. So, yeah.
Oh, nice. I love it when he kind of misquotes Dr. Faustus, like Christopher Marlowe. He's like, "Is this the face that launched 1,000 ships and burnt the topless towers of Ilium? Fair Helen,
make me immortal with a kiss." Is that where that's from? I was wondering about that.
Yeah, Dr. Faustus, 16th century play, like very cool.
I need to brush up on Faustian lore.
The ladies on the show are all gorgeous. Yeah, they knew what they were doing back then.
I'll be honest. The one character that I think is really attractive in new Trek is the new Chapel. She's a terrible actress. Like, she can't deliver lines, but like you look at her bottom, you look at her face, and she's really attractive. The new Chapel.
I don't know the character. So what happens next? Oh my goodness.
Well, Kirk plays the jealous boyfriend and tells them to stop dancing. And he's like, I don't want you to accept any more of his gifts. So he takes off like her gloves and don't dance with him anymore. and Trelane's enjoying this. He's like, I think the dare captain is jealous. I don't care what you believe. And he slaps him with her gloves.
That was so cool when he does that. Yeah,
he slaps him with her glove.
With one of the ladies' gloves.
You're slapping an all-powerful being that will probably kill you in a whim.
Is this a challenge, Captain? Are you challenging me?
I shall not shirk in the fear of honor. And so he takes out his case, and he's got two pistols. Two old pistols from that.
Oh my God.
I guess those work. I guess he knows how to create the substance that makes those work, because everything else that he creates doesn't have taste or has any of the properties of what they're supposed to have. Fire's supposed to have heat. He just knows what fire looks like. He doesn't know what fire is made of. Same with the food. What is the substance? He only knows the forms, not the substance. I guess he knows the forms of fire powder.
It's a clever plan by Kirk, isn't it? Basically, I guess that was his idea, was to shoot the mirror in the background. They've been talking about this mirror the whole time.
So apparently Trelane has a device that allows him to convert energy to the forms that he's created. So like this planet and the castle and all the things that he has on display. But apparently that's not the only thing, and they end up getting recaptured. Kirk assumes that Trelane is powerless. He's not.
No.
All he did was piss him off.
He thinks this is the source of the power, isn't it? Somehow behind this weird mirror, we see a strange machine, don't we? Like, look at that weird set design.
I think they needed a budget, so they just put shit together and made it look like a machine, even though it's basically junk. Look at that.
I know. It's like a cover of an old Sandman comic. Wow.
Yeah.
Dave McKean. I love it when they beam back on board Nerdporeal, and just this look she gives him here. I don't know.
A toothy grin.
A toothy grin. Lovely.
he's like Alice, take off. Or what is he's like Alice, take off the slippers. The ball is over, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. It's like, can I get changed, Captain? It's like, oh, by all means. Anyway, a crazy thing happens there. The planet starts to follow them and block their way.
Yeah, isn't that? I was just like, what is going on here?
It was
like I saw the original. I mean, this looks even creepier because now you don't see the whole planet. You only see there's the dark side of the planet. There's the rest of the planet. But in the original episode, they didn't split it like that. So this actually looks a lot creepier than the way it was presented originally in the 60s.
It's blocking them from warping away, basically, isn't it? I don't know how he's controlling the whole planet, but anyway.
Yeah, Alternative Factor is one of those episodes that everybody hates, and there's like a lot of like, what the hell is going on in this episode? Like a lot of that. So, I consider it. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's the same universe as the Mirror Universe. I think it's a separate thing. But I think that's where the idea initially came, and that's where Mirror kind of follows up on that same idea. It's not the same universe. It's not a mirror. It's not the same parallel, Terran Empire universe. So, but yeah, they're being chased by Gothos, and yeah, like Hugh, Trelane's a judge here too. So
this really reminded me of Q from the first episode of TNG.
So there's a funny story behind this. So this was one of the last things they had to shoot. Like, so they were late and they were over budget on this one. So this wasn't a great thing. So there was a lot of issues. There was a lot of problems with this episode. One of the issues was he didn't have that wig initially. He had a different type. They gave him a different type of wig, and it made him look like Shirley Temple. He's like, I can't fucking wear this. I'll look like a fool. And Shatner's like, nobody's gonna care, bro. Just do the part. I'm already prepared. I'm busting my ass trying to get this done. And so they're having an argument. The director, was his name McDougall, doesn't take any sides. So they had to bring Gene Kuhn in, and Gene Kuhn's just like, okay, let's entertain William Campbell's request. And so they bring him that. And so while they were waiting on that wig, they shot McCoy and DeSalle and Yeager shot the outside of the castle scene that you see earlier. So
Delane's charging like Kirk with treason, conspiracy, and fomenting insurrection.
Do you know who the original person they wanted to cast for Trelane was?
No.
Roddy McDowall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no Roddy McDowall from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
They wanted him to be Trelane, and I was thinking like every movie. I haven't seen as much Roddy McDowall, but I always thought of Roddy McDowall. He always plays like a straight guy, even though I think he was gay, in real life. But I never seen him play like a flamboyant role. He either plays crazy people, or he played. There was one episode where it was a Fantasy Island episode where he plays the devil. And he's back and forth with Ricardo Montalban's a great scene, and he plays an ape. So, I mean, I think he probably could have done the thing justice, but it wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been. I don't think he would have been nearly as whimsical as William Campbell was. William Campbell loved this part because he always played tough guys and he was in westerns. So this was like a brand new thing to add to his acting.
You could see he was enjoying it so much.
And
it's a fun performance. I enjoyed watching him, doing it. It is really good.
Yeah, he had. I'm reading like accounts, and he had nothing but fond memories doing this.
Tell you what, though, to contrast the fun, this is a disturbing image. This really got me. When you see the shadow of the hangman's noose behind Kirk, it's an awesome scene here.
That's Jerry Finnerman, cinematographer, just managed to play around with the lighting to get that shot. That's a really good shot. And
isn't it great?
Yeah. And if it was shown nowadays, people would be screaming and whining, and Remember a certain racer said that a rope in the garage or something looked like a noose, even though it wasn't. I think his name was Bubba Wallace or something.
Oh,
I don't
can't
know.
remember. I don't know.
This was a few years ago, so yeah.
So again, he's threatening Kirk yet again, but you get the impression that he's never going to really do it, is he? Even with the dueling pistols before, and I don't know.
Yeah, so Kirk here helps Trelane come up. Kirk is the one that comes up with the idea of, hey, you don't want to just do this. So he's trying to buy himself some time so he can survive, and so he does. He's like, I'm not gonna obediently walk into the noose, and then he gives Trelane the idea of where's the sport in it. So Trelane's like, okay, let's play hide and seek, and I will hunt you. And you'll try to hide from me, and I'll hunt you. And it all stemmed from the fact that Kirk's like, you're doing everything on easy mode. Look at this, like he does that role.
I love these roles so much. That's why I had to get this shot.
It's like he's not even trying to hit him. Like if this would totally be destroyed by if Prophet of the Dragon did a choreography.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah,
Kurt dives under the sword swing, like does a roll. He's so exposed.
He dives before the swing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Oh god, it's so cool. Well, that's what we love about it, isn't it?
Yeah,
we love these kind of crazy fight scenes.
So apparently, William Campbell felt like he needed to fall as well, so he fell on the concrete floor of the soundstage, and he dislocated his shoulder.
No way.
So they had that. So that made the production even more late. So they had to pop it back in, and that's why he's like painful. That's why he's barely using his right arm at all. He's just leaving it limp right there. So. But yeah,
Trelane, like he corners him here, doesn't he? He manifests these weird bar, what do you call it? Almost like a prison. He's got him cornered, Nerdporeal. Is he going to stab him? What does he do?
Kirk grabs his sword and breaks it.
Yeah, it's just so funny. This scene,
and then smacks him. Then smacks him in the face.
He gives him a slap, trying to slap him out of it.
He's like, "You got a lot to learn about winning, Trelane." He's like, "I won. You were beaten. Well, I was never defeated. I order you, kneel." He's like, "No." Kirk is based in this.
Kneel before Zod.
Yeah, kneel.
R.I.P. Terrence Stamp, by the way. He passed away.
I heard. But yeah, Kirk is just like. Kirk is based in this. The writers, it was very close to the point where Kirk would have been terrified of Trelane, and they wanted to still give Kirk agency. That's why they did what they did with Kirk and all that. Nowadays they would have given Kirk absolutely no agency whatsoever.
Oh god, yeah. No, that's the way it goes. The fighting is so funny to watch. Kirk fighting 3 officers in a small closet in the Tomorrow Is Yesterday episode was insane. How he beat them up.
Yeah, he throws himself on all of them. Yeah. And then they're doing these crazy ass scenes. Like he's tripping them. They're landing on the stuntmen are landing on their backs. They're having a blast.
Oh god, yeah. So at this point, when he's kind of saying, "No, I won," 2 these energy beings suddenly appear, materialize, and we know straight away, don't we? It's mum and dad. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's like how it was in the 60s and 70s and before the internet. Kids, if kids were at home, the parents would kick them out. They go out to play. So now the parents are like, "Hey, Trelane, you got to come home. It's dinner time." He's like, "Well, I was winning. I would have won.
Playing with my toys."
He's like, I never have fun." And the dad's like, "Stop this nonsense at once.
Yeah.
If you're not, we're gonna punish you, dude." So that was so the mom is Barbara Babcock, and the dad is James Doohan. So Scotty did. So Scotty didn't just act as. So James Doohan wasn't just Scotty; he was the dad. He did the voice.
No way, I didn't know that.
So
he played the voice of the father.
Yeah, so they were. Yeah, I think he was imitating of the one voice actor, Bart LaRue. I forget what Bart LaRue voiced, but he did. Bart LaRue, I think voiced. Who did he voice?
I love this shot, by the way. It's made him look so small. The way they shot it is pretty cool.
Yeah,
like a child.
Yeah,
very good.
So if you're, did we? I don't think we covered. We haven't covered. Barbara Babcock appears in Taste of Armageddon.
Okay, no, I haven't covered that yet with you. No.
So she's in that episode. She also appears in Plato's Stepchildren in season 3, and then she's the voice. She's here the voice of the mom, but she's also the voice of the Tholian commander in the Tholian Web, another season 3 episode. So, we haven't seen the last of her. But yeah, the moral of the story here is if you run into a space child, run,
or give him a slap him out of it. Yeah, it was a very interesting episode. I had a lot of fun with this. I did enjoy it. To say, I loved William Campbell's performance as Trelane. He was the highlight of the show. Very cool.
Yes, and Paul Schneider also wrote Balance of Terror, and this was an episode that he was late to deliver, because just the idea that he's writing about a child in space and all that, he was a little embarrassed, and he wasn't sure if he should give it to them or something. So he would make excuses for saying why it wasn't finished, and what's funny was they all knew it. They all knew he was bullshit. It's like, oh, I lost my script. My script fell down a hill, and like, did your dog eat it as well? Did your dog eat it as well? So something like that. So, but yeah. So yeah, he's telling Mr. Spock here at the very end. It's like, how should I classify Trelane? Oh, super being? Kirk's like, no, just classify him as a small naughty boy, boy,
naughty little boy.
Because he, who does mischievous pranks, and Spock's like, mischievous pranks, like the stuff you did as a boy, like stealing apples from the neighbor's tree, dipping little girls' curls in ink. What was that?
I know that. I don't even know what that is. Crazy.
I'm like,
it sounded like 100 years ago.
I'm guessing that's what they did in the 30s.
When you used to have a little inkwell in your desk at school. I can imagine it being like years ago. Dipping your pen in.
Yeah,
they
trying to say,
Brian.
Yeah.
They apologise to Kurt, or they say, "Oh, Captain, we're sorry about that. Sorry about our naughty son."
Yeah, he's like, the fault was ours for indulging him too much. He will be punished. He's like, who are you? What is Trelane? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, bro. We'll just leave you guys. We'll just leave you guys alone from now on.
True, Malik. Yeah, he grew up in the 30s, so that was fun to hear.
I wonder what he was tying cans to. Probably his bicycle, or. Yeah, but yeah, that was he was a strange small boy. Yeah, that was all written by Gene L. Kuhn right there. So yeah, yeah, this was a fun one. This was episode 18. So the next one in production was Arena, and I am tempted to say I kind of want to do Arena next. We'll have to talk when when you'll be available. I say.
I've not rewatched that for a long time either.
Arena's going to be a fun one to talk about.
This episode, though, it gets surprisingly, it's quite highly rated. In some of the best of lists and stuff, they rank it as one of the top 10 must-see episodes of the original series.
Yeah, everybody liked Trelane. There was a lot of this was the remember we talked about Court Martial. Remember in Court Martial, they forgot to get feedback from NBC, because they have a contact at NBC, Stan Robertson, and they forgot to send the script to Stan Robertson for this episode as well. And he's like, bros, you do this again, we're gonna can the show, because he usually gives feedback for what NBC wants to see and what NBC doesn't want to see in the script and all that. So so that was another issue that they had with this one. But other than that, it was other than being late and being over budget, and the NBC guy having concerns about this one, the fans loved it. The fans loved Trelane.
He's a really good character.
Yeah, the actor loved it. It was everything. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have. It's another examination of human behavior. Like, what would happen if you discovered a narcissistic, child, space child that was all powerful and could crush you like an insect or like an animal or something, treat you like an animal, because that's what he calls. He doesn't call them people. He calls them predators. He's like, I haven't. He's telling his parents like, hey, I never have any fun, and I wasn't finished studying my predators yet, being the people.
What would you rate it, Brian? I'm a 7.5 out of 10, which is a good score for me. It's nothing amazing, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it was like an 8.0. 7.
Okay, you an 8. You're a good strong 8 for you. Nice one.
Yeah.
Malik says 8.7. Oh wow, very positive.
It's a really fun episode. It's quotable. Trelane is hard to forget, and I love how the episode begins. Like, it's just like, whoa, what's going on? There's crap going down.
They dropped right into the middle of it. Yeah. And
yeah.
The captain and the navigator disappear straight away. Yeah, a lot of fun, definitely. Okay. Errand of Mercy was an interesting episode as well, says Malik.
Yeah, that's the one with the first episode we ever meet the Klingons. And Commander
awesome.
Kor, played by John Kalikos. That's another memorable guest star. Him up against Kirk. Them kind of play, the two of them acting against each other. So good, so memorable. Have we a ram among the sheep? He says to Kirk, because Kirk is pretending to be an alien on this alien planet, but he's exhibiting all the wrong features. Like, they're all supposed to be content and smiling all the time, and Kirk is angry and he doesn't trust them. He's exhibiting all the signs of being human, and Kor is like, hey, you're someone I can deal with. You're gonna be the representative. You're gonna be the liaison for all these people. He's like, I don't want the job. He's like, well, you don't have a choice in that. So, and yeah, it's a great episode. We'll have to. I can't wait to cover
Arena
that one.
Next, Brian, doing Arena, which does actually follow this, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Arena, or there's a few. I think there's a few others that Menagerie is another one we have to cover. I feel in the future. Well, we have to cover all of them, in my opinion. But, I think Arena would be a good next episode to cover. A lot to talk about. I actually kind of want to learn. I haven't read that chapter yet in the Cushman book, so I'm really curious how that episode's production, came and went.
Okay, cool.
So maybe let's do that next if you want to.
Okay, it's coming up to lunchtime here, so we'll wrap things up. Anything you want to shout out before we finish?
No. I mean, I have a Nerdporeal on Friday. Bringing back an old friend. I haven't had him on for a while. I went and visited him in Virginia, so the same trip I met Prophet for the first time. I met him. So his name's Master Paul. His channel is called The Star Wars Guys. I met him through the Echo Base Network channel. I don't know if you know who Echo Base Network is, but
yes, I know that channel.
I guess yeah. So they made the sequel trilogy documentary. Big part of the what the Fellowship is what everybody calls it. I guess they still call it the Fellowship. I don't know. I haven't watched them in a while.
I don't know. Same here.
So, but yeah, I'm going to have him on, and then following week, Nerdporeal. I think I'm going to have a certain guy named Gray. I think, and Salty.
Really?
And Salty.
If I can make it, I will. Yes.
Yeah. Still waiting for that confirmation, Gray.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I called you
All right,
out.
gentlemen, have a good one. Glad to catch up. Keep it up. Yeah, okay, nice one. Wrap things up. I just wanted to share, because I can't do clips, but I can share my screen. This takes me back. This is I've forgotten I'd done this Nerdporeal. When we reviewed The Naked Time, it was, only the second one we did. I made a very short, clip compilation, so I'm going to drop that. So to watch as we go out. Here we go. Where are we? How do I do this again? Share screen. Audio, okay. Well, thanks so much for watching, folks. Hope to see you in another Star Trek, the original series, deep dive review with Nerdporeal. Hope to see you soon.
Take care.
Where are we? Take care.
That's it. Those were that costumes.
Yeah, man. Some crazy like 80s synthwave music. Oh no.
Stranger Things is going to be ending this year. Do you know that?
Oh really? I thought they were going to do another season. They were hoping to.
The final. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. They're dropping them on the holidays.
This is a great episode. Absolutely. That's it. Fight scene coming up. Yeah, that was it. Nice one.
There we go.
Okay, thanks, folks. Catch you later. See you later.
Take care.